Here's a surprising fact. Only 5% of people over 80 can still do these 5 simple activities that most of us take for granted. But here's the good news. Whether you're 60, 70, or even 85, it's never too late to protect the strength, flexibility, and circulation that make all 5 possible. Stick with me, because if you can still do just 3 of these today, you can stay independent, energetic, and active for decades longer than most people think. Let's start with the very first ability that disappears for most people and what it says about your long-term strength and mobility. Activity number 1, standing up from the floor without help. The first activity is deceptively simple, standing up from the floor without using your hands for support. If you can still do this easily, congratulations, you're already in the top 5% of people your age. This single movement requires strong legs, a stable core, flexible hips, and coordination, all critical for staying independent and avoiding falls. In my clinic, I've seen men and women regain this ability through small, consistent changes, like practicing slow squats near a chair or stretching their hips for just 2 minutes a day. It's not about building muscle like a bodybuilder. It's about training your body to work together again. And here's the thing, strength is only part of the equation, because even the strongest muscles won't help if your heart and lungs can't keep up. That's where the next ability comes in, and it's one that predicts your overall health better than almost anything else. Let's see how your cardiovascular strength measures up, and why this simple everyday task can tell us more about your future health than a doctor's chart. Activity number 2. Climbing a flight of stairs without stopping. If you can climb 1 flight of stairs without stopping, your body is telling you something powerful. Your heart, lungs, and blood vessels are still working in harmony. I'm Dr. Emily Brooks, and I remind my patients of this all the time. Your heart health isn't about how far you can run or how much you can lift. It's about how quickly your body recovers from simple, everyday effort. When you can move up a set of stairs smoothly, it means your circulation is strong, your oxygen delivery is efficient, and your body is still capable of handling real-life challenges. But if you find yourself winded halfway up or needing to grab the railing, don't see it as a failure. See it as feedback. It's your body's way of saying, hey, I just need a little more daily movement. The encouraging truth is, even small habits, like walking for 10 minutes after meals or taking the stairs once a day, can rebuild this ability in just a few weeks. But strength and stamina mean nothing if your balance can't keep up, because the next test isn't about endurance, it's about stability, and it's one that predicts independence better than any blood test ever could. Activity number 3, balancing on 1 foot. Here's a question most people over 60 never think to ask. Can you stand on 1 foot for 10 seconds without holding on to anything? It sounds simple, but this single test tells us more about your overall health, coordination, and longevity than almost any blood test. Balance isn't just about strong legs. It's about how well your brain, nerves, and muscles communicate with each other. When that connection stays sharp, it means your nervous system is aging gracefully. In my clinic, I see this all the time. Patients who can hold their balance tend to stay independent longer, recover faster, and experience fewer falls as they age. But when that balance starts to fade, everyday movements like stepping off a curb or reaching for something on a shelf can suddenly feel risky. The good news is, balance can be rebuilt. Just practicing for a few seconds each day while brushing your teeth, cooking, or waiting for the kettle to boil retrains your muscles and your brain. And once you start improving your balance, something amazing happens. Your confidence returns, and that confidence sets the stage for the next activity, one that predicts not just independence, but real vitality. Activity number 4, getting up from the floor without help. Now, for one of the most powerful indicators of real-world strength and longevity, getting up from the floor without using your hands or external support. Most people don't think about it until they need it, but your ability to get up safely from the ground is a direct reflection of your leg strength, core stability, and joint mobility. In fact, studies show that seniors who can rise from the floor unassisted are far less likely to experience serious falls or hospitalizations in the next 10 years. I often tell my patients, it's not about how fast you can do it, it's about how controlled and balanced you are while doing it. That control means your muscles, joints, and coordination are still working together like a finely tuned system. Because this one simple skill isn't just about mobility, it's about freedom. The freedom to live without fear of falling, to stay active, and to keep doing the things you love. And that brings us to the next activity, the one that determines whether your body can sustain all of this progress: endurance. Activity number 5. Walking a quarter mile without resting. The final test is simple, but it reveals everything. Can you walk a quarter mile, that's roughly 400 meters, without stopping to rest? This one test is like a window into your cardiovascular health, lung capacity, and muscular endurance all at once. In clinical studies, seniors who can walk this distance comfortably are not only more likely to live longer, they also maintain sharper memory, better mood, and a stronger immune system. Because walking isn't just about your legs, it's about your heart pushing oxygen, your lungs expanding fully, and your body staying rhythmically alive. That sounds poetic because it is. Movement is life. Every step you take tells your body, I'm still here, I'm still capable, and I'm still growing. And the beautiful part is, you can build this endurance at any age. Start with 5 minutes a day. Add 1 minute every week. Before long, that quarter mile feels effortless, and so does everything else. Because these 5 activities aren't just physical, they're symbolic. Each one represents your independence, your vitality, and your ability to live life on your terms. But if you want to stay in that top 5% who keep these abilities well into your 80s and beyond, there's one more factor that ties it all together, and it has nothing to do with your muscles. Here's something I've learned after working with thousands of patients in their 60s, 70s, and 80s. The strongest bodies often belong to those with the strongest mindset. Because the truth is, these 5 activities aren't just tests of your body. They're reflections of your daily choices, your attitude towards movement, and your belief that improvement is still possible. I've seen men and women in their late 80s regain balance, rebuild strength, and rediscover their independence, not because of a miracle supplement or a secret workout, but because they refused to stop moving. So whether it's standing on one foot, walking that extra block, or simply practicing getting up from your chair without using your hands, every small effort sends a powerful message to your body: we're not done yet. And remember, even if you can't do all 5 activities today, that doesn't define you. What matters is that you start, because the act of trying is what keeps your nervous system, your muscles, and your spirit alive. I'm Dr. Emily Brooks, and my mission is to help you stay strong, sharp, and independent no matter your age. If you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe and join our Pro Men Vitality community, where we explore practical, science-backed ways to stay healthy, active, and confident well into your later years. And in my next video, I'll show you a 5-minute daily mobility sequence that can help you instantly improve balance, strength, and coordination. No gym required. Remember, longevity isn't about adding years to your life. It's about adding life to your years.